If you have been stashing all those wine corks, but you have no idea what to do with them, keep on watching because I have the absolute cutest, most beautiful idea that's gonna use up a whole crap ton of them, okay? I've been using them here and there, but this one wiped them out. I only have a few left, and now I don't have to look at them every single day in my stash anymore. So I just reversed a canvas. Basically, all you do is slice an X into the canvas and then rip it off, the staples and all, okay? You can also use an X-Acto knife and go along the edges, but I didn't want to save this canvas because it had like a sloth on it. I didn't care about preserving the canvas part, so I just ripped that sucker off. Then I used some antique wax and I just stained the frame. So I painted it on, wiped it off with a baby wipe. Now I have all these leftover, like, they look like really long, thin popsicle sticks. It was from cutting rag flags in the Pretty and Patriotic box, but I thought they would make the perfect backing to this. So I just used my heavy-duty scissors, I cut them to size, and then I just glued them all on the backing. Now, you could actually use the canvas as the backing too, but I was afraid the white was gonna show through, and I wanted something a little bit more elevated to show through, so I used the quote-unquote popsicle sticks. Now, they actually don't show through at all, so the canvas probably would have worked just fine. But, you know, this looks nice and elevated. All right, and here's my wine corks. All different ones, all different sizes. I had to kind of play around a little bit to get them to all fit in, but once I got them to fit in perfectly, I actually waited to glue them because I wanted to kind of figure this out. I did kind of add some dark wax on the edges of those, or edges of the frame. You can't even really see it too much, but it did make it a little grunged up. All right, now for my red ticking. So here is where I'm figuring I was gonna paint them red and white and blue, but Alexa, stop. There's my timer going off. I was gonna paint them red, white, and blue, the corks, but then I was like, I have this ticking that is not working good for bows because I have to rip it the short way. So I was like, ooh, what if we did that instead? So I tried a few out there on the bottom. I cut them like a little bit smaller than the wine cork so you could see the wine cork a little bit. And once I decided, oh yeah, I like the way that looks, I went ahead and stopped cutting and glued all my wine corks in. So that's why I'm kind of going back and forth here because I was kind of figuring it out as I go. So then after I got all my wine corks glued down, I went ahead and I cut the rest of the pieces of fabric to size, and then I glued them all in. And then I wanted it grunged up just a little bit, so I added a little bit of dark wax over the top of that fabric, and yes, that is what I'm talking about. Okay, so now for the blue star part, I had this perfect blue star fabric. I tried to cut it so that there was a star on each cork. It's not perfect, but came out pretty good. Cut those to size and then glued those all down. So I want to take a minute and tell you to make sure that you are following Manda Panda Projects. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're on YouTube. Lots of cute crafts coming your way, and I wouldn't want you to miss them. Okay, for embellishing, I decided I didn't want to do a full-on bow, so I just took some twine and I made 4 shoestring bows with like longer tails. So I just tied each one and then cut them off. And then I took some Sweet Annie and glued that in the top left corner. And then I just layered each of those twine shoestring bows right on top of one another, as you can see here. Then we made a tag. I wasn't sure about the tag, but I decided to roll with it. Just grunged it up a little bit. I stamped on God Bless America. This stamp set is from Amazon. I love it. I get questions about it all the time. It's in my Amazon shop. I'm happy to share the link with you. Just comment stamps below and I will share that with you. I glued the little tag in the top left, added a rusty star, and I'm obsessed with how this turned out. I'm so happy. I get satisfaction when I use something that's been in my stash forever, and I'm sick of looking at these wine corks, so using this many in one project makes my crafty heart so happy. Let me know, what do you think of this? I want to know if you have wine corks and if you are going to make something like this too.